menswear thing was and wholesale was just starting to deteriorate. I guess it got too big too fast.
When was this around?
2013-14,
Okay.
I guess. And I know what it was. It's this is when it went back to sneakers for one thing. I mean, there had been sneakers were huge, and then like when I started with my shoe collection, what it was a lot of like streetwear kids getting their first pair of proper shoes. I remember one guy told me this was the first pair of shoes he had with a heel. Like, what the fuck? I guess they had never worn anything but sneakers. Anyway, so, and I was making Goodyear welted English shoes. A guy only needs a couple of pair of those. A black pair, a brown pair, and maybe a tan pair. And you can get them resold. And basically, if not a lifetime, they last for years. But then sneakers came back even bigger, huge. And then also the all black streetwear. What that awful the Kanye thing, when wearing skirts and leggings and Hood by Air and Ben Trill, and anyway, it sort of went from Americana to that. Anyway, I lived in New York for almost 30 years. And I think I was in Vegas, and it just, why don't I fucking move to LA? The last few winters in New York had been just atrocious. So I got the idea. My wife said yes. And when I got home, she was like, But it took like from February to August to actually make it happen. But moving here was one of the most thrilling things in my life. It's like fucking heaven. Waking up, sunshine, driving, which I've always loved to drive, and you don't do much of that in New York City. Yeah, and I mean, that's, I had some projects lined up. I had already done the collab with 5-4. When I moved out here, they kind of offered me a full-time, part-time consulting gig, which was a good thing. Then we decided to start New Republic, which has been amazing. And I had intentions of like taking a break from my own collection for a year, but it actually became like 2.5 years, and I'm in the process of starting that up again. Not that you give a fuck. Now what?
I think what would you say is the major catalyst that made you decide to come to LA? Was it like the weather and the intangibles of driving, or was there a major like financial reason or partnership reason?
Well, I was starting to work with more people out here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was already making glasses with Garrett Light. I was going to be working on a Billionaire Boys Club project. I was going to be working with Fender guitars. I still could have done all that from New York, but